How can we reclaim our sexuality after sexual trauma? I'm a survivor of incest, among other abusive themes in my childhood. I carry a lot of shame about past sexual activity that was inappropriate or didn't serve my highest good. Now, whenever I tap into my sexual energy, I feel this connection to the past and those shameful experiences. It's like the experience of incest is tangled and knotted into my experience of sexuality. How can I untangle these two energies? So healing from sexual trauma is probably one of the hardest wounds to heal, especially if it's sexual trauma that was incurred with a family member or someone we love, because there's a connection. Not just the trauma isn't just at the level of the genital, the sexual chakra area, but it's also at the level of the heart if you have an emotional connection with the person that's abusing you. So there's a deeper issue here. Sexual trauma of this nature tends to be harder to heal than a rape, for instance. When a woman is raped, when someone is raped by a person they don't know, there isn't an emotional connection at the heart, and so that healing tends to be a bit easier because it's located down more in the genital area energetically. So when it comes to this type of sexual trauma, it takes a lot of time and patience. I would say that was at least the case for me. A lot of time and patience. And one of the things that was really breakthrough for me in healing this type of trauma in myself was actually going into the trauma on an energy level within my own body. So in the genital area, uterus, genital, vaginal area, I did healing actually in this specific area. So I worked with plant medicine with ayahuasca, and during one of those ceremonies, I actually went through a healing where I felt the plant, I felt the energy inside my genitals trying to heal all of this leftover energy that had been left over from the sexual trauma. Your body really absorbs trauma and holds on to it. And so when it comes to sexual trauma, this needs to be dealt with and processed on a very biological body level. So I did this work, and I recommend this for everyone who's healing sexual trauma, to go to a qualified therapist. And usually these are people that have extensive training in what's known as Tantra. So the branch of Tantra, there are sexual healers called Tantrikas, that's what they're called, and they work on helping people heal. I worked with plant medicine, so if you want to work with plant medicine and do that energetic healing that way, or you can go into Tantra and look for qualified Tantrikas that will actually help you do this sexual healing on an actual body level, helping to process any energy that may be stuck in the genital area, in these lower chakras, and in the vaginal area from any type of trauma. So that for me is first. Because what I was experiencing, it's really hard to work and heal on the mind level, having to do with beliefs and with shame and with guilt. It's hard to do that healing on a mind level when the genital and the uterus area is very tangled up with trauma, with energy, with cords, sometimes energy cords that are still established between you and the abuser. And so that needs to be cleaned up on a very, very body level. And so sometimes when people try to start healing sexual trauma through like psychotherapy or just through the mind, it'll only get you so far, because you have to eventually get into the body and do that work. When we're going through sexual trauma, especially if it's trauma that happens with someone that we know, and if it happens through extensive time periods, what ends up happening is that person dissociates. They fragment from their body as a way to protect themselves. And so when you're healing sexual trauma, you have to do that connection work. You have to come into your body. And this was hard for me. I was so disconnected from my body. I didn't know how to be in my own skin. And so a lot of the work that I did was very embodied work, coming into my body. I remember I would dance in front of the mirror. I would do mirror work just naked in front of the mirror so that I got used to honoring my body. seeing my body as holy, as sacred. And so I started to do this very, very body focused work. And then eventually I noticed that the beliefs, the shame, the guilt, all of the mind level trauma, it started to disintegrate as I started to do the very embodied work of with my body, the very, very kind of raw, this is very feminine energy type of work, going into your body, very raw, accepting your body, doing this very body focused work is really important. And for me, Tantra helped a lot. So I'll bring that one up again. Looking into Tantra, learning Tantra, going to Tantra workshops may be really, really helpful. Tantra is a beautiful tradition that helps so many people who have a history of sexual trauma, helps so many people heal because you reclaim the purity and the sacredness of sexual energy, and you kind of disintegrate the shame and the guilt associated with things that may have happened to you in your past, okay? So I really recommend Tantra, looking into workshops, looking into books on Tantra, and starting to study Tantra that way. So that's another recommendation that I have. But ultimately, it takes time, it takes patience, it takes so much love, a lot of veneration of your body. And I'm going to leave one last thing that just kind of dropped on my head right now. Also having the right partner. So if you are in a partnership right now, teaching your partner to help you heal, but it takes a really special partner to be able to help you heal from sexual trauma, because the association with sex, sometimes when we're unhealed, the association with sex brings up feelings of shame and of guilt and of feeling dirty almost, that you have to have a really special partner that understands the sacredness of sexuality, that maybe even has an understanding of Tantra. And so that partner can then, through sexual union, you can heal all of these traumas that are stuck in your body also. So you can do this healing through a therapist like a tantric, or you can do this healing with a partner if the partner understands how to use sacred sexual energy and how to be very, very gentle, how to be very patient with you. Just that union, that loving sexual union with another partner, with someone that you love and that loves you, can really go a long way in helping you heal from sexual trauma. I hope this helps.